Brad, good to see you. How are you, man?
You too, Brayman. What's going on, buddy? Nice to see you like always.
Thank you. Yeah, I know we chatted last week, and I've just been itching to hear about how the AACD conference went down in San Diego this last weekend.
Yeah, first off, we're just let our amazing audience members know we're doing kind of a hybrid special episode now.
Oh yeah,
We're doing a special show. So Brad Brayman from Empowered Dentist, incredible dental coaching slash consultancy agency firm, whatever you want to call it. And I'm Brad Newman from Dentainment, and our show is called Best Dental Marketing. And so we figured instead of just doing one episode on our show, one episode on their show, we're going to try to do these micro episodes once in a while in between our bigger, longer form podcasts together. We're going to do a quick catch up today. I just was recently kind of adjacent to the AACD conference down in San Diego. And we were just talking how important it is to like go to conferences and be part of the community and network with, the dentists and people, exhibitors and friends, and just be part of that. It's really inspiring to see people on a regular basis and just find out about the latest trends in dentistry, get new ideas, film content, go out to dinner with people. And I'm jazzed up about it, and it was really fun. So I know, Brayman, you feel the same way. So what are your thoughts on it?
I do. Dentistry is kind of lonely. We're in one location with the same people every day, different patients, but same team. Hopefully they're people you really, really like to hang out with, and they've got your back all the time. But nonetheless, it's kind of lonely. And so going to these things like AACD, I think it's important that we look for places where we can be part of a community.
Mm-hmm.
And it's read any research that you can find on longevity, and something that is always longevity and happiness, and it's something that's always part of it is community. And so whether that be local, whether it be state, regional, national, whatever it is, international, for Pete's sake,
Mm-hmm.
it's find some place where you can be part of a community. And this is something that's super. I've heard you say this 100, maybe 1,000 times, Brad. You're the average of the 5 people with whom you spend the most time.
Mm-hmm.
So what would you say that kind of what you experienced down there this weekend? Is it a really positive, forward focused, abundant vibe, or is it kind of people are just kind of running around in their snail shells and running for cover kind of a thing? I mean, it's what was your experience? What did you feel there?
For me in particular, I can't speak for anyone else at AACD or any other
Oh,
conference. And I've always been a conference guy. Okay. Years ago, I met Jean Paul Gaultier, one of the co-founders of Paul Mitchell, and we were talking about entrepreneurship, and I was, asking him for advice. And he said to me, Brad, I encourage you to go to conferences that you know nothing about. Literally go to conferences outside of your industry, because you'll walk into these with infinite eyes. You'll go, wow, why do they do it this way? I could think of it a better way, because kind of we're jaded, or we're in one industry and everyone's used to it being done this way. And then we walk into another industry and go up. So I've gone to like home building shows and walked around and going, oh my gosh, like that's an amazing display or logo. And I found inspiration brought to dentistry. And then, for instance, I've gone to like, gift shows and been like, Jesus, like, why aren't they doing it this way? So I kind of like to cross pollinate, and I love my favorite thing to do is always go to the shows, and I like to walk the outer aisles at the exhibit booths, because that's always where they put the first time exhibitors, and it's always like the startups and like the newbies, because they give the startup companies there, and it's people with like the fresh ideas. It's the dinosaurs and the older companies. Nothing against Patterson and Shine, but they're dinosaurs. They're in the middle, and it's all like the AI startup companies on the outside. So I love conferences, but they're always wins for reasons I can't predict, right? Because it's these adjacent possibilities that we have no idea that work is going to happen there. That just conferences are amazing, right? There's these you run into people getting off the elevator. You see friends that you haven't seen in years. There's introductions, there's leads, there's, the other day I was literally standing in the lobby talking to one of my best buddies, Dr. Jack Ringer, hanging out with Marcus. A couple of friends are walking by, we're laughing, we're talking, and then this woman's walking by with like a box of stuff, and I could tell she was part of AACD. And I said, what company are you with? What's in the box? And she shows me it's like this cool clothing line called J Barber, right? I'm like, oh my gosh, let's see it. And it's like this really nice kind of athleisure wear for med spas, dental offices, and healthcare offices. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's such a brilliant idea. And it's beautiful clothing. So anyway, now there's an opportunity with the clothing line for something else potentially huge. And the line is beautiful. And I'm like, it's such an untapped opportunity, this line and kind of what they're focusing on. Who I would have never even thought in a million years that like this type of line would have been at the show. So I'm really excited about just that. If something comes out of it, it's a win. But the next day, one of my friends was in our suite filming with us. I'm like, by the way, did you happen to like go by the J Barber booth? She's like, oh my gosh, yeah, I bought stuff for our showroom. And like I asked one person and she was like, yeah, I bought it, I love it. And it was like 100% conversion rate already. So I'm like, okay, this thing's going to be huge, right? And so just that, forget about all the content we film, forget about the leads, forget about just seeing people and laughing. And by the way, like, San Diego's got great food, it's just fun. It was just a fun time. Plus it's healthy to get like out of our routines and out of the house and just see different things, it was just great. I mean, I love conferences. It was really nice. And by the way, I literally this year had nothing to do with the actual conference. I wasn't speaking, did not have an exhibit booth. So I just I wanted to honor the code. I didn't even go near the conference because I didn't pay for it this year. I wasn't invited. So I just hung out. It was a massive hotel. So beautiful hotel, the Hyatt, which was great. Big shout out to Jonah at the front desk. By the way, your front desk person at your dental office, it's like your spouse. It is a massive decision. Brayman, we spoke about this last week. Your front desk person is so important. But Jonah at the front desk, I mean, such a great person. It's like the front desk of the hotel, sets the stage for your entire experience at the hotel, just like your front desk person at your dental experience sets the stage for the entire patient journey. But it was a beautiful stay, and it got me thinking on the road trip back home, I want to go to more conferences. I don't care if I'm involved. I want to go to as many conferences as possible because it's a win across the board. You learn, you grow, you're inspired. And I encourage anyone listening now, if you have the opportunity, either locally or to travel with, I know it's hard to, stop production and take off, but if you can, go to shows, by the way, not even just dental shows, go to conferences locally and learn about marketing, learn about business, learn about AI, whatever it is, learn about anything that you're passionate about, because it will be a win without question. Brayman, anything else you want to add to wrap this one up?
No, I love that. I think that's you nailed it. I think it really I love the idea of going to conferences that are completely outside of the industry in which we're involved. You're going to learn things about business, like you said, about business, about marketing, about just sales, human relations. You're going to learn all kinds of stuff that isn't unique to dentistry, but is much more widely known outside of dentistry. So I appreciate what you said, and I couldn't agree with you more. I think just simply getting out and being with cool people, learning new things, keeping our brains flexible. I think that's beautiful. You nailed it.
Oh man, great stuff, man. Well, Brayman, always a pleasure to catch up, buddy. I'll talk to you soon. Talk to you in a couple of days, actually.
Looking forward to it. Be well.
You too.
For me.
I will. I will. And thank you, everyone, for tuning into this episode of the Power Dental Show and the Best Dental Marketing Show. We can't thank you enough for being amazing audience members for both shows, right?
Beautiful. Let's do it, and let's all hang out. Let's all find 5 new people that have done something we haven't done in the next month, and at least make their acquaintance. Heck, just make it one new person.
I like that.
Let's learn some stuff from some people that didn't even know existed. They're out there. Let's find them.